This video is for the Roadplay routine, which is in subprogram 7, tab 7. It's about PADL line, a road list, and a playlist. In the beginning here, it defines the line segments for the PADL list. Here are 4 segments for the list, each one defining part of a line. Then it sets X and Y to 500, 500, which is the center of a pattern. Then it says use the PADL action to make a pattern given the 4 values in this PADL list. Then it sets the color, rotation, size, and XY to 200, 100, and says make the dots list for that line defined by these line segments. But before you can put the line on the canvas, you have to define the width of the line, which is the Q control register. Here it defines it as 3. Then it goes and puts the line on the canvas. Next, it's going to make play data for the play action. It sets PS to 63. That's a tile picture. Then it's going to go around a 4 next loop 6 times, each time changing the value of the tile by 1, so it'll be 63, 64, 65, and so forth. And the playlist has to have defined the height and the width and size of the picture, and I believe the 0 is the rotation. That makes the data necessary for a play action to know what picture to show. Then it goes on and it says fill the first 200 values of value list with 0. Then it's going to use the road action to take the dot list that was created up here with the pattern and change it into a road. What it needs to know is how many pixels apart each point in the road should be. And here it sets the value of 12. When this action is taken, value is going to contain 2 values for each point in the road, and there's going to be m points altogether. The 2 values for each point will be the x value and the y value. And they're going to be m points altogether. Well, if there are m points, there's going to be, we're going to calculate here, n different numbers in the value list because there's 2 for each point. So it simply sets n to the value of m and then adds the value of m to it. Well, n is 2 times m. Then it says it's going to move to value plus n value. Well, this is a little trick you can do when you want something to go circular. You want it to go through the value list all the way to the end and then go back to the beginning. But each time it uses, in this case, a pair of values for x and y, when it does the next tile, it just goes up in the list. Well, it doesn't know it's to wrap to the beginning. All it knows is, well, go to the next one, the next one, the next one. So in fact, we have to put the beginning of the line value at the end of the line so that it's all right to go to the next one and the next one and the next one, and you'll still get the right value. Then eventually it will wrap back to the beginning again. All right? As the tiles are going around the line, they are going to wait for 50 ticks of the clock at one point. Here, W is set to 50. 50 ticks of the clock it's going to wait. U is set to at what point along the road is the wait going to start. It's going to start at point 66. Then it says, well, how many total ticks of the clock will it take to go around one time? Well, first it sets V to M because there are M points in the line, and then it adds W to it because there's W waits. So V becomes the 50 plus the 66. And then it says we're going to do the tick. What is the value of T with the mod of this value of the sum of those two? If T is less than U, that's the 66, it keeps that value for T by going down here to CG without changing it. Otherwise, it subtracts the weight of 50 from T. Now, if that value is greater than the 66, well, then it goes down and continues down here. It took the 50 weight steps away. However, if it's within the weight, it sets T to U, which is 0.66, which simply means it remains at that point for 50 clicks of the tick. Once it gets down here, it then can multiply that point by 2. Remember, there's an X and a Y value in the value list, and here we see it refers to what value the first tile is supposed to be placed at. That is, the first XY pair is at plus T. That's why it had to multiply it by 2, because there's an X and a Y for each one. Then it says go ahead and play it. We saw the play data. We saw how it made the value data. So this is the point where it shows it on the screen. That is this subprogram tab 7.